I'm super excited to get to intro our next two, our intro, next intro, and our next award winner, our future mayor and current vice mayor, Councilmember Donna Myers. I'd like to bring her to the table to do our next intro.
Good evening, everybody. And my name is Donna Myers, and in about a week, I'll be your new mayor if you're a city resident. And I'm really pleased to be here tonight. I want to thank Doug for the invitation to be involved. And I see a lot of amazing people that I talk to almost every week, and others that I'm just meeting for the first time. Fellow slugs that I couldn't be more proud of, hearing what I just heard, and others that I know professionally and as colleagues for a couple decades here in Santa Cruz. So really amazing group of people to be with tonight. So thank you for everything you do for our community. I'm really pleased tonight to introduce one of the award recipients, Susan True, who's the CEO of the Community Foundation of Santa Cruz County. And Susan and I have known each other for several years now. She becoming the new, taking over the Community Foundation within the last 5 years, and really just revamping the organization and being in the middle of sort of, rebirthing kind of what the Community Foundation would be doing over the long haul for our community. And Susan was one of the first 5 people I called when the COVID situation was explained to us as elected officials, and the situation that was going to basically occur to our community became clear. And all of us who sort of had a little bit of the inside scoop before sort of it hit publicly, we just knew that the impact to our community was going to be severe. And within just a few days of the shelter in place order, we started to see those stresses and to understand the needs of people and our neighbors and friends and families in the community. When I called Susan just a few days into the shelter in place, she had already mobilized the Community Foundation. She had already talked to other community foundations. She had begun leading basically a massive community support structure that included ways for people to donate funds, to donate, materials and products. And since March, she's been the leader who's basically provided over $4.5 million to people, to our neighbors, to families, to businesses, to schools, you name it. Susan's had, she's had impact on everyone in our community. And, when you look at what they've been doing, and she is the leader of the Community Foundation, they've been awarding over 400,000, on an average, $400,000 in grants every month since March. So imagine the impact that Susan is having every day, because every day our community is still struggling to obtain just our basic needs of food, housing, and basic essential needs that families need every day here because of the COVID issues. And as we all know, and another time I couldn't believe that I was giving Susan yet another call in August, as the fire impact grew in our community, and we knew that there was going to be more destruction, not only to people's health, potentially to people's health and their economics, but also loss of life, loss of property, loss of homes, loss of memories. And since the time of the fire, Susan has leaned into yet a massive emergency, another massive emergency in our community. And again, raising, over $500,000 that's been provided to help people through and get people back on their feet after the fire. And that work will continue into the future. I don't know how many of you know the impacts that a community foundation can make in a community. But I certainly think that going back to 1982 and through the 1989 earthquake, and now to the year 2020, which we all know we'll never forget, I think Susan True has been a true leader. She has led just an immense effort. She's made people feel um, cared for. She's helped people understand how they can help other people. And she's literally just leaned in and done the work herself. So I don't know that if she's not taking a day off or if she's still working long, long hours. But Susan, from the bottom of everyone's heart in Santa Cruz County, all the people you've touched, all the families, all the local government leaders, many of the people on the event tonight, we thank you for your leadership. We thank you for just being there for everybody. And so thank you so much. You're one of my heroes, and you're a hometown hero in so many ways. So congratulations.
Well, Donna, the only thing I can really think to say after that, like, enormous introduction is that everything that Donna just said, she said about all of us, because the Community Foundation is us. The Community Foundation is a collection of what we want for the needs of today and the needs of tomorrow. And so everything Donna just said, everything that we're able to do is because of you and other generous neighbors who have cared. And that started for us in 1982 when 25 inches of rain, poured down on the San Lorenzo and Pajaro valleys. And since then, we've become a local grant maker. But what we really are is a place where people can connect and get things done. And you all have done that in this time. And I'm really proud to get to be the leader of it. But we're nothing without you. So I think of this whole 2020 as about circles of trust. And for the people who are here tonight and for so many more, this is all about, like, I think it's Stephen Covey says, like, we move at the speed of trust. We moved this year at the speed of trust. Isabel and Jeremy and Chancellor Cindy moved at the speed of trust. They knew they needed to act, and we trusted them to be the experts. Dr. Newell, we worked with you at the speed of trust to be responsive. When I think about, Paulina, who's going to be honored, or the folks who've done the Campesino Caravan, Ruby and Joanne will be honored later. This is all about us trusting each other to care for each other. So when donors give to one of our funds, the Fire Fund, the COVID Fund, the Equal Access Fund to end the digital divide, it's all about moving at the speed of trust. When my staff is like, oh my God, how much work is she going to make us do? It's because they trust that it's our mission, it's delivering on our mission. And I thank them for that. When my partner Ben is like, oh my God, is she ever going to stop working? When is she going to get good at doing nothing? It's because he trusts that that's the right thing to do. And I think for all of us, that's what this year is about. It's about that we came together and we trusted each other, that it was going to take all of us. And it's everybody. I mean, you might not think that Wallace, who would text me and say, like, hey, it's your friendly neighborhood journalist, what's going on? It's all of us that it takes to do this. It's our Economic Recovery Council of Small Business Owners. It's so many people who just care about making sure we come out of this okay. And so to all of you, everything Donna said is about you, because that's all the Community Foundation is us. So thank you so much. I'm really moved by your words, Donna. Thank you.